And joining us is the head coach of the number one team in our preseason rankings, the Collinsville Cardinals. And joining us now is their head coach, Kevin Jones. He joins us now on the OK Preps Roundup, powered by Excel Therapy. How are you doing this morning, Coach?
Doing well.
Obviously, expectations definitely high, and I talked about it before our last break, how when everybody is expecting you to make it back to that state title game, most everybody is going to have you number one in the 5A rankings. Expectations to win are definitely higher than possibly they've ever been at Collinsville. How do you deal with those expectations as you open up practice this week?
Well, I mean, we just, as a staff, we want to just, we talk to our kids about, hey, it is what it is. It's kind of just, it doesn't mean a whole lot of, what matters is what we do from this point on. And expectations are a good thing, and we, we're happy that we've got that our program's at that point where we're, expected to do so well. And, so we just, we try to keep our kids grounded and we try to, let them know that, hey, every Friday night we're going to get it, we're going to get every team's best play, because there's going to be, a bullseye, so to speak, on our backs. And, but we welcome that. So we're good with it.
Let's start on offense when we're going to talk about some of these players that are going to be making plays every single Friday night. Let's start at the quarterback position. Your quarterback, Seth Boomer, returning for his senior year. University of Tulsa commit at QB. He has some weapons around him as well. Obviously, his favorite receiver, Brett Erickson, also coming back. Nice offensive line in front of him. How has Seth progressed this offseason? Because it looked like last year that he kept getting better and better as the weeks passed, and once he got into the playoffs, he was really rolling. What have you seen from him this offseason that suggests that he's ready for a very big year this year as a senior?
Well, just his overall maturity is just at a whole different level, physically especially. I mean, he's bigger, faster, stronger. He's put on about 20 pounds of muscle since last year, and he ran track. Won 3 medals at the state track meet, 2 of them in the hurdle events, and so I mean, he's just gotten bigger, faster, and stronger. So physically, he's at a whole different level. And then you've got a whole year of a run like we had last year, 14-game run, at a state championship, and that experience coming back. So we just see a kid ready to just explode. He's nowhere near reached his potential as a quarterback, and I think we'll see that this fall.
And now some of the weapons that he has around him, specifically Brett Erickson, he returns at wide receiver. Who else is Seth going to get the ball to this fall?
Obviously, Brett's a big-time target, but Hayden West, junior Hayden West, is also a returning wide receiver for us that had a great sophomore year for us. He's a heck of an athlete, possibly the fastest kid on our football team, definitely one of them. And then obviously everyone knows this name, Levi Draper, will be used a lot more on offense earlier this season than last season. We kind of didn't use him a whole lot until close to the end of the season offensively, and we'll definitely start that sooner this year. And then Boomer's little brother, he's a sophomore, 6'5", 235-pound tight end that's got great hands and great athlete. We look for good things from him at the tight end position, just to name a few.
Yeah, I don't think you can call him Seth's little brother. Younger brother might be more appropriate.
Younger would be more accurate, yeah.
Grayson is an absolute freak athletically, 6'5", 6'6", and 235 pounds. Good-looking athlete. You mentioned Levi Draper. Obviously, like you mentioned, everybody knows that name by now. All-American at linebacker, OU commit. Just about every accolade in the book, he's going to receive it by the time his senior season is done. What do you expect from him this fall? I mean, can he elevate his game even more than he already has? Because, he's coming off a first-team All-State season last year, and everybody expects him to be dominant again. Can he be even better than he was last year?
Oh, I definitely think so. I definitely think he can be better. He's, he keeps progressing physically. He works so hard. and he just keeps getting faster. His track times in the 100 and the 200 this year versus last spring are I mean, he's shaved half a second off both, probably more than half a second off his 200 time, and in about almost half a second off of his 100 time in 1 year. So he just keeps getting bigger and faster. So and as you get older, you just get better and more mature. So I definitely think he can elevate his game this fall.
And we'll get you out of here on this, Coach. I know you got practice coming up here shortly. What are some things that have to happen for this team to have another big season? Last year was Collinsville's first trip to the state championship game. What has to happen to get back there and trade that silver ball you got last year for a gold one?
You bet. That's the goal. But the thing that from day one that we started talking to the kids about is, and especially with this number one ranking and all that stuff is, hey guys, we can't worry about that stuff. We can't worry about November, in December. We got to worry about August. We got to worry about the now, right now, day in, day out, and focus on the process and enjoy the journey. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's take it, one day at a time, 1 week at a time. And we'll hopefully, like we did last year. I mean, we hit a lot of peaks and valleys through the season, but we started playing our best football in the postseason, and as a coach, that's your goal. You want to get your kids in a position to win, and you want to get your kids in a position to be hitting on all cylinders in the postseason. And that, along with what every coach says to you, you got to keep those key guys healthy. And if we can do those two things, then I definitely think we'll have a chance to be in the mix in the end.
Coach, thanks so much for your time this morning, for joining us on our 5A preview. Like I'm telling most of these, like I'm telling most of these coaches, I'm sure this won't be the last time you and I talk over the next 3 months as the season opens up later on here in August. Thanks so much for joining us this morning, and have a good weekend.
All right, you too. Thank you.
That's Collinsville head coach Kevin Jones joining us here on the OK Preps Roundup, powered by Excel Therapy.